Podcast, episode 5. It's about something else. Wait, you're the cameraman.
Sorry.
You're not sorry. You're exceptional. So what's the topic? Art. The leaf.
And money.
Money, right? Money, and so that's basically like some things are just things, and some things are actually useful. So a thing is like an object could be a useful object. So a useful object would be a record. Look at this record. It's got beautiful artwork on the cover. It plays music, and it exists in reality as an object, but it also plays music. It does more than one thing. It's not just an object. So it's many things. It's actually art. You can look at it, you can read it, it's got text. So it's many objects. So it's like, it has a lot of use. It conveys knowledge and information and all that. So other things are objects, but they're not, like we were talking about money, spending money on buying a bunch of black berets to sell. So when you are having a party where everybody's got to wear a black beret, it's like, shit, where do you get black berets? So, we ordered a bunch of black berets from Temu. So we'll see if they come. So anybody that wants to order a black beret, hit the button, order, and we'll send you one. And it's $20 shipped anywhere in the country for just $20 flat. And if you want to get a button with it, it's $25. So black beret, party black beret. And so yeah, money just is a pure object. Like has no intrinsic value. Like was it Chief Joseph? Maybe Chief Joseph and the Nez Perce. He said, or the Nez piercing noses. Like they have, anyway, very, very majestic, like dude, Red Cloud. And he said that, in all the, I believe it probably wasn't him, but he said that there were, when all the trees have been chopped down, when all the animals have been killed, when all the water has been poisoned, then you'll see you can't eat money. And you'll learn, And so money is a pure object. So like the acquisition of money is meaningless. It's just what you do with it. So if you take a bunch of money, you throw a bunch of gold coins out, and just to laugh and watch the poor people kill each other, like here white poor people, take some gold. We have some other, you're close to gold, so we're gold, but you're white, which is close to gold. We have these bronze, that are baser metals. Now you got to go and conquer them, and you got to go. So it's a game that these elite are playing with money, and if we decide that money doesn't mean anything, that money's not real, which it's not, then we can just say, what is real is, a relationship, or what is real is a video or a podcast, or what is real is a black beret to wear to keep your head warm. I mean, this is also an object. A black beret is a hat, right? It's like a mask. I mean, you could easily make this into, like, put a couple holes in it, and you'd have a total, and it covers your whole head, right? Complete. You could even take, like, a safety pin, and, no one would even be able to yank it off. So beret has many things in one. Beret is not just a pure object, like Botox lips, which are not only not a pure object, but they're a negative object. Because a Botox is an injection, right? So, but it makes you plump and changes your physical appearance. Supposedly, have less wrinkles. Yeah, if you're swollen, your wrinkles kind of straighten out, right? Which is, that's sort of goes against nature. It goes against health. It goes against, so it's a negative. It's
a toxin.
And there's a toxin. Really, botulism toxin is one of the most potent toxins in the world. If you have a jar of it, and it's damaged, you could kill a whole city. And that's crazy. And that people actually put that, like belladonna, deadly nightshade, and women in the 19th century would drip it into their eye, a little bit in their eye, or put a little in their eye to make their pupils dilate, and they would not stop dilating. And so it's this doll baby, female idea of beauty. All these things are pure objects. They're instruments of oppression and domination. Like no masters, no gods means that you have to no God, no masters. And it's not that there's no religion. It's not that there's no God. It's just that there's not a God like that tells you what to do. A God our Father. It's more of like a God like of the Tao of the universe. Like what the universe contains all the energy that ever that's a law of thermodynamics. Like all the energy that the universe contains is constant. It can't change. It can't go down. It can't disappear. So. You can't get more use out of something than it's what is it? The other one is entropy. So this is like an extreme period of entropy in the United States, because it's not really the United States anymore. Now it's a monarchy. Is what it is. We have a king, and yay, King Donald. But the idea is no kings. So what does that mean? Ultimately, is that we have to depose the king. And I think the most rational and peaceful way would just be to go and do an impartial imposition of like the 26th Amendment, one of those, 25th, I think. No, 26th. Anyway, it just says, if the president is incapacitated due to like mental, physical, whatever, a person can't lead the biggest country in the world, if they're like in a coma, right? I mean, you have somebody that has to be taken over. That kind of came into the law when, was it like FDR? So who's gonna, if he's like alive but in a coma, like what are we gonna do? And because I think, wasn't that something with Truman being sworn in? So they had because they were worried because it was a war too, and if there's no executive that can really rule, or the executive not rule but lead the executive body, then the executive would be removed and the second in charge. So in this case, Vance would be in charge. And I think then immediately, we'll have the 2026 elections. He should be impeached. Then we should have a whole discussion, I think, as a nation. What do we really want? All of us that we can do together. Because if we can't agree that we can live together, then we have to make a new government. And what does that look like? So the idea is a government that maybe is by the people, for the people, and contains all the people. Maybe a true democracy. Maybe we say, okay, let's do a new constitution, and let's put in that then our constitution won't have black people listed as 3/5 of a human being. We can get a new thing. This experiment was a great experiment, and we can learn from it. So the next experiment maybe can be better, or in this case, I think a monarchy is worse. It's like going backwards. It's like what we fought against in the first place. So if you want to have freedom, I think what you need to have first, like for a transsexual person, you see a dude with boobs and you're like, what the fuck? You don't know what to do. It freaks you out. It makes you scared. If you haven't seen it before, you haven't talked to those people, it's scary. I've had that experience, and I've walked I'm like, oh my God, this guy at the gym is so built, but he's got these boobs, because it's a trans thing. And it's like, and I don't really understand. And I think that's the whole point, is that we need to accept first, and we can understand later. But like, if we first accept, then we have the ability to understand later. But if we first just say, I'm not going to understand it, or if we don't accept it, if we just don't say, I'm not going to accept that, I can't accept that, I won't accept that, I won't accept this human being's existence, then there's a problem, right? Like, the existence of this human being, this, like, in the 1930s, in the 1940s, it was the Jewish people in Germany, right? Their existence as human beings was they thought it warranted extermination. So that's the kind of rhetoric that's being used around transvestites, transsexuals, trans people, and gay people, Democrats, liberals, all kinds of people, and anti-fascists. What is an anti-fascist? I mean, someone who
opposes fascism.
Right, who just does not want to, who wants freedom. Basically, fascism is not freedom. Fascism is everybody has to be the same. Freedom is we have a lot of different people, and if I accept somebody's idea, like Lou Reed said, here comes Dear Undine, da 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 da. She wants to be a human being, like it's because this is this is 1960s. Lou Reed was talking about a transsexual woman. She wants to be a human being. That's it, just a human being. Whatever that means. There's a big fucking bell curve, and we're on all kinds of extremes in IQ and height. And which ones? Why are they important? Are we are we human? Are we all the same species or not? Do we all deserve the same ideas? I believe we are. I don't think that any of us should be, anybody should be master over another person. Yeah, leaders, people that but a leader is somebody that serves their people that are under them, not the other way around. Like, they don't serve him. That's the opposite. That's what fascism is, I guess. Serve me, I'm your leader, versus the leader serving the people. So if the leader is chosen by the people, then that leader can serve the people. And I think that's probably unrealistic and impossible. But, the best second thing would be to accept. And then, so what does that look like? A lot of people think a lot of people are going to be killed. I kind of look at it that way because it looks like it's really, people want war, so it's scary. I think it's impossible to say what would happen. So either way, I believe that war and violence is not going to really help. It's just going to make a lot of unpredictable things happen. So I think but how to get to a place where we can talk about. I think the first thing is invoke the 26th Amendment, have Trump removed from office. You have somebody else you'd rather have. Wouldn't you want him? He's, that people are always so old. But this guy's a younger person and whatever. But, then after that happens, we'll just go from there. But that would be the best, most peaceful. That would appease a lot of people. And then this person can go and get medical care and whatever. And then we won't have the king. It's not it's just really difficult when you have to have a 2-year-old and with the bomb and whatever, and the buttons and all the control of that, and it's not helping. And that is this at the end of, I guess. What do you think, sir? Anything to add? Episode 5. Beret, $20, shipped anywhere, worldwide. What the hell? With a button, 25. Might have to add some postage for Turkey or something like that. Hit subscribe. Hit buy it now to our eBay, or not eBay. Is it? Yeah, we could do eBay, not eBay. Etsy. Anyway, Sarah's gonna work that out. She's learning video editing. Say, give her your turn.
Hi. Iggy Pop lives.